Hi, we are going to learn the Phrygian Mode 3 CAGED system. The Phrygian Mode 3 is created by the C major scale. The C major scale is a very special scale. The Phrygian Mode 3 is the third degree from the C major scale. You can count C, D, E. Before we get into the Phrygian Mode 3 CAGED system, if you did not go through the individual position or pattern from 1 through 5, you're gonna have a hard time to understand how the Phrygian Mode 3 CAGED system connect. I have video for the individual pattern 1 through 5 for you to view. The Phrygian Mode 3 formula is a half step between the first and the second step, a half step also between the fifth and the sixth step. I'm gonna let it play from pattern number 1 through pattern number 5 ascending. Make it play real fast to train my ear. Let it play in reverse. Display fingering, display degree, display interval. Let's go back to note. Okay, pattern number 1 and pattern number 2, they are neighbor. The note on pattern number 1 on second and third fret, this note are carried over to create pattern number 2. They are identical, you see, same fret. The most important note to carry over from pattern number 1 to create pattern number 2 is the root on 4th string second fret, the E. Let's turn the finger on. You see, on pattern number 1 we use a middle finger to play the root on 4th string second fret, but on pattern number 2 we change it to index finger to play the root on 4th string second fret. We also have a root on second string 5th fret, and we use the ring finger to play that root on second string 5th fret. Turn the note on. Okay, pattern number 2, it has the neighbor pattern number 1. It also have a neighbor, it's pattern number 3. Pattern number 2 and pattern number 3, they share a common note. Look at fret 4, 5th and 6th of pattern number 2. These notes are carried over to create pattern number 3. They look identical. The most important note to carry over from pattern number 2 to create pattern number 3 is the roots on second string 5th fret, the E. You see that? Let's turn the finger on. On pattern number 2, the root on second string 5th fret, we use the ring finger to play the roots. But when we carry it over to part number 3, we use the index finger to play it. Look at second string 5th fret. Part number 3 also have a root on 5th string 7th fret, and we use a ring finger to play that root. Let's turn the note on. See that? Okay. Part number 3 have neighbor part number 2, also neighbor part number 4. Part number 3 and part number 4, they share some common note. Look at fret 7 and 8 of part number 3. This note are carried over to create part number 4. The most important note to carry over from part number 3 to create part number 4 is the root, the E on 5th string 7th fret. See that? Let's turn the finger on and see. On part number 3, we play the root on 5th string 7th fret with the ring finger. But when we carry over to part number 4, we use the index finger to play it. Part number 4 also have a root on 3rd string 9th fret, and we use a ring finger to play it. Part number 4. Let's turn the note on. Okay, so part number 4 have neighbor is part number 3, also part number 5. Part number 4 and part number 5, they share some common note. Look at note on 9th fret and 10th fret of part number 4. These notes are carried over to create part number 5. They identical. Same fret number, same note. The most important note to carry over from part number 4 to create part number 5 is the root on 3rd string 9th fret, the E. Let's turn the fingering on. The root on part number 4, 3rd string 9th fret, we use the ring finger to play it. But when we carry over to part number 5, we use the index finger to play it. Look at part number 5, 3rd string 9th fret. Part number 5 also have a root on 1st string 12th fret. We're using the ring finger to play it. And it also have another root on 6th string 12th fret. We also use the ring finger to play it. Turn it on to note. Okay. So as long as you have the root on what string, what fret, you can walk up the step or walk down the step to make a complete 1 octave. That is your main scale. From there you can extend, play up, or you can go down. So locate the first root and then find the next root 1 octave away. From there follow the formula. You can complete the 3 octave range. Doesn't matter what pattern you add. Start playing a couple notes from the first pattern put your feeling into it. Bend the notes, put sustain, vibrate, hammer on, hammer off, skip couple note, slide over part number 2, do the same thing on part number 2, and then slide over part number 3, play couple note, put effect on bending note, sustain, hammer on, hammer off, continue, go slide over number 4, play couple note, do the same, slide over number 5, do a couple note. Experiment, trying to come up with a good lick. If you keep trying, you will find one. Now go up in descending, play a couple note from part number 5, go down the neck to number 4, play a couple note, slide down to number 3, play a couple note, slide down number 2, play a couple note, and end up on part number 1, play a couple note. It takes times. The most important thing is remember the root and find the other root to make a complete octave. Pay attention to the root that connect the two patterns, its neighbor. This is a different view with the 6th string or a low E on top and 1st string or high E at the bottom. It's the same way you're learning the staff, the fingering, everything the same except 6th string on top and 1st string at the bottom. I like to view it this way because it's easier. I don't need to convert it, you know, but best is to play both view with the 1st string on top, 6th string at the bottom, and this view 6th string at the top and 1st string at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna let it play in ascending the 5 pattern. I'm gonna play it in reverse. Display fingering, display degree, display interval. Let's go back to note. I hope this lesson helped you. See you in next lesson. By the way, the individual position or pattern with the 6th string on top, 1st string or high E at the bottom, I have video for them also. See you later.